How's it going, guys? ABC here, and today I'm doing another video on Tradelands. I haven't really done too many videos in the past month or so, mainly because I haven't really had anything that I wanted to actually play, and most of the games on Roblox at the moment are pretty poopy. But Tradelands did do an update with some new ships like a week or two ago. I should have made this video then, but part of it was because I was too lazy to, and I wanted to kind of learn more about the ships, and I wanted to wait just a tiny little bit until they perfected it, or if they had to change any of the ships or anything. But anyways, there is a new update on Tradelands. There's actually a lot of new updates. I guess I could cover them as well in this video. I don't want to make this video too long as it's under 10 to 15 minutes, it'll be fine. But anyways, they added 4 new ships to the game. Let me grab their names here. They're called the Retaliator, Osprey. The third one should be the Tyrant, and the fourth one is the Steam Goose. So basically, I'm just gonna give my little review of them, say if they're good or not, if they're overpowered, which one of them is really good and didn't really get nerfed, I don't believe. Let me just double check. Yeah, it didn't get nerfed. No, it didn't. So let's go ahead and get this started. So let's start off with the what is it called here? The Retaliator, since we already have that spawned. If you kind of see, I kind of made it out of heartwood. You can make it out of anything if you really needed to make one of these. But the first thing you'll see is this thing is gigantic and extremely large. It has a really slow turning radius. Here, let me go ahead and sit on this thing. For the cannons, you can have, I think it's 6 size 5 cannons on each side, which is actually really good, and I'll explain why. But if you kind of see the turning on this thing is really bad. But anyways, this ship is okay. I rate the ship a 6 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10. The best use that I've seen for it so far is mainly with navies that use this. I go and fight navies and they'll use this Retaliator with and they'll use what's it called, a stiletto with it, because they use the stiletto or they use a Tyrant to keep the backside of this Retaliator because it turns so slowly. But this thing can do absolute destructive damage on its broadsides. If you drive a ship up to this thing, you're gonna get hit by 6, I think they're 24 or 25 pound long guns. I think they're 24, I don't know, it's one of the two. I don't even know. I guess I could open up the ship editor and pull it out. Yeah, 24 pounds. So it's 6 24 pounds on each side, which it can, if you have good shooters on this thing could just melt ships. But I don't recommend making this unless you're in a navy or something, because you need so much people. First you need yourself to drive as one person, then you need 6 people just to man all the guns, so that's 7 people you're gonna need. And then it, like I said, it has horrible turn radius it's like the Neptune. It's just horribly slow. It's pretty decent speed. I think it's 7 speed, so that's actually really really good, especially if you're chasing something. But for turning the ship, it's not very good, so I recommend if you do use this, you're probably going to need a stiletto or a Tyrant, kind of to just watch the back of it so that you don't get locked or anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Retaliator. I guess we could go ahead and spawn the next one here. So they made 4 new ships in total. I could be wrong. I know that they released one for Hollingard, or made it Hollingard only or something, but I'm not reviewing that because it's already been in the game or whatever. So we have the Retaliator was the first one. Let's go ahead and pull out the Osprey here now. So the Osprey, it's speed 6, which is it's really slow, to be honest. I mean, speed 6, you're oh, okay, that's okay speed. But for me, I think it's pretty slow. So I don't know about the ship. Not too many people use the ship actually. I think there's 6 cannons on each side, and it says they could be size 6 long guns. So we have on here, I think they're 32s. Yeah, we have 32s on this one, just because nobody uses carronades. Anybody that uses carronades nowadays is not going to win, because all fights are fought long range. But we have this, and then it can also use size 7 carronades, and you're oh, so it's size 7, it has to be better than size 6. But if you think about it, carronades are horrible and long guns are really good. So I recommend if you make one of these, you should probably only use it with long guns. You could make one out of carronades. I could see it kind of working if you're like gonna go up and go really close range, but this thing again doesn't have that much speed, so it's not gonna really be able to catch up to other top tier ships. So overall, this is probably, in my opinion, I mean, it does have 180 cannonballs for its storage, but still, in my opinion, this is probably like a 5 out of 10 or something. I don't like how it looks. I forgot to say about the Retaliator. The Retaliator looks okay. I mean, at the start it was kind of messed up, but it's pretty better now. This one I don't really like how it looks. Like, if you look at the cannon, if like the windows, they look really weird. Like I don't know why you would need that much like window space to shoot this thing. But I mean, it does have protection, so you're not gonna get sniped as often. But then again, if someone mortars it, this thing's slow. A mortar platform is probably going to catch it, and a mortar platform is going to absolutely destroy this thing. It's gonna be like a pit, because the walls are so high. It's just gonna destroy everything. But that ship could have some use in the future. I'm not too sure at the moment because nobody actually uses it, because it's not really that good. So moving on, here we have the third ship, my favorite out of the four. We have the Bloody Tyrants, or this is just called Bloody because it's Blood Oak, but we have the Tyrants. So this thing is actually really good. This thing could possibly be like the best ship in the game at the moment, although I don't like the look of it. Like, I don't like this back right here. It looks weird. Like, what is this supposed to be? I don't know. What are you supposed to put back here? If you put anything down here, it just slide down. But this ship is crazy good, and I'll explain to you why. So this thing has 11,000 HP. That's already like, I think that's like double the Marauder's 50. I think the Marauder has like 5,500. So it has insane HP, and it has four guns on each side, and they're 36. And Marauder has 3 32s, and it's half the health. So this thing is absolutely overpowered right now. It doesn't have chasers like the Marauder, but when you have 4 36 long guns, you're not going to need chasers. This thing basically has the same broadside as Phoenix, and it's just insane. It's speed 8, by the way. That is so crazy. Like, that's the same speed as a Marauder. That's how fast this thing is. It's just crazy fast. So this is probably, in my opinion, it could possibly be the best ship in Tradelands. I'd give this thing like a 9 out of 10. I don't like how any of these new ships look. Spoiler alert. But for use, this thing is really good, dude. So it could store like 80 cannonballs. I don't know if I said that about the other ones, how much it could store. But yeah, this thing, if you need a ship to make, you should definitely probably make this thing, just because of how fast it is, the 36 long guns, the 11,000 HP. If you're like a crew or you're a navy, like, this is the ship for you, dude, because this thing is unstoppable. I'm not even kidding. Like, I've seen people take out 2 stilettos with one of these things. That's how crazy this thing is. Oh, and like the cannon range is actually pretty far too. Oh, I don't have any round shits on me. I can't really show that. But the like range on the guns are also really good. So this is probably the best ship out of everything. And then we basically just have like a meme ship. I don't think I said anything about them adding the mortar platform, so I guess I could show that, and the Warkoi. I'm not going to show them because they're just meme ships. But basically, they're these little small ships. Here, I'll spawn the mortar platform, but not the Warkoi. So it's just a little small ship. This is mainly like a mortar ship. Honestly, I love this thing just because I love mortaring navies when they have like full man crews and I'm by myself or with a friend. Normally you put like a mortar here. It only has like it has really small HP. It's like 2 or 3 shot. So it's really not good for like fighting, obviously. But if you're like, if a navy's blockading the cove, you just whip one of these things out, park it back here, and then you just completely destroy their entire blockade. Just like that, no more blockades. So I like it. The Warkoi is really bad. Don't make one of those. It costs 3 times as much as a mortar platform, and you need 4 people just to row it with their paddles, and then you need a gunner. So you need like 4 people to row, and 1 for a gunner, and the thing has like 1200 HP if I remember. It has really low HP. So don't be tricked by the shop where it says War Koi, and don't buy it for its 3 vouchers, because this thing is it's a meme ship. I mean, if you want to meme with your friends and have like 4 people paddling while 1 person tries a mortar, and trust me, I've tried doing that before, you're not going to have that much fun with it. But if you want to meme, you can definitely do that. But other than that, we have the Goose here. This is the new Goose. It just came out. It's the Steamship Goose. I believe, I don't think I have the stats, or did I grab the stats for this? Okay, I did actually. So this thing is 12,000 HP. It has 6 size 6 cannons. It has 1 mortar in the middle, if you see right there. And it has a back cannon right up there. This thing is okay. I think this thing is good for trading. Max cargo on it is 14 and its speed is 6. So you could trade with it potentially, but I don't personally trade, so I'm not going to recommend you making this ship to trade because I don't actually know. This is kind of like a meme ship as well. People did want it. Don't ask me why. But overall, this ship's probably like a, I don't know, 6 out of 10 because it's just a meme ship. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the new ships, guys. I think I showed you all of them. I could show a couple more things while we are at it, since I don't really upload that much, and Tradelands has had a huge amount of updates actually. So let me go ahead and walk over here. There's this new system in Tradelands they added about 3 weeks ago or something like that, and it is called the bounty system. I actually think I talked about this, or maybe I didn't talk about this, but I made a video of me baiting people with a bounty. That might have been what happened. But basically, there's this new bounty hunter system where you could walk up to one of these guys. You could go ahead and place bounties. Say if I have any money, 500. So let's say I want to put a bounty on somebody. Let's see here. Who can I put a bounty on? So let's say like, let's put it on that King Athan guy, since he keeps talking. You're trying to talk to me. So I'm like, okay, King, you stole my cargo. Now I'm going to put a bounty on you. So I stick like 500 on him. Has a 20% cut on any bounty, so you lose 20%. So now he has a 400 DB bounty, and all you have to do, if you're trying to claim people with bounties, you just walk over to this guy. You see his currently active bounties, and all you need to do is kill him without using a glowy effect tick like damage. Like you could kill him with a flintlock shot. You might be able to kill him with a cannon. I think it's like half and half, because sometimes you shoot people's legs and they fall out of the map, and that's not going to get you the kill. But if you actually like explode them and kill them, you'll get it. If you kill them with a flintlock, with a crossbow, any normal melee weapon or melee weapon, however you want to say it. But yeah, and they cannot be on the same faction. If you're on the same faction as him and you both put on PvP all, you cannot claim their bounty. But what people do, they usually just like, let's say somebody has 10k bounty, they go to their friend and they're like, I'll give you 5k if you come claim this bounty, and they're like, oh, okay. Like they split it 50-50, and then they just go into someone's house, and then the other person follows them and then kills them, because you can get a bounty if you kill them in the house. And that's pretty much it. I think they did some little other changes in Tradelands, like they changed how the flintlocks and how the muskets looked. I guess I could kind of show that. It's okay. And then they also added these like other things. Let me go into my house really quick for you guys. They added these other like range weapons. I personally like tested both of them, and I didn't even see like a difference. They didn't really say what the difference was, and I couldn't see a difference, but there might be, so don't quote me on that. But there's this officer pistol and the musket, and these things are basically just longer versions of the flintlock and the what's the other one called here? I think they renamed this to musket, or maybe they didn't, and then long musket. Anyways, but yeah, that's pretty much it. There might have been a couple more small things changed. I think they changed like the size of, what do you call those things? Those little brick things that you put in your house. I can't remember the name. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Tradelands had a lot of updates in the past month. I think they also like changed a couple weapons, how they look, because I kind of saw Saber looks different to me for some reason. I might be just seeing things. but to me it looks a little different, but I'm not sure. But anyways, that's pretty much it for recent updates. They probably did more updates. Obviously, we can expect like crates for Halloween. I don't think they've ever missed doing something like ghost vouchers or a crate. But yeah, guys, that's my opinion of the 4 or so new ships in Tradelands. I do not like how any of them look. This one has, they all have problems. I didn't want to nitpick them and nitpick how the design was, which I could have done because there's problems with all of them that the person who made them didn't make them to the best standard possible. But other than that, the ships are all pretty cool. I'm not complaining. It's definitely nice to get updates on Tradelands, especially since the long drought of updates. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it for the updates on Tradelands. So for the future, I do want to upload more for you guys. I know that a couple of you, well, not a couple of you, a lot of people come in game and they're like, yo, ABC, why don't you make any more videos? And the main reason I don't make videos is just because there's not really much stuff for me to make videos about. I could make videos of me raiding, but I don't think it'd be that much fun for like you guys to watch, because when I raid, I kind of just chill and listen to music and go kill people. But yeah, I might be doing some videos for Dungeoneers when that comes out. It looks really good, like a better sword burst too. What's that other one? Oh yeah, APT might be updated sooner or later. I believe they're making a full rework on APT, which means, of course, for all you guys that love APT videos, because I know there's still a couple of you around, although this channel has kind of lost a lot of its viewers because APT died. I will be doing videos on the new and updated APT whenever that comes out. If it's good, I'll give you guys some reviews on that, maybe give you guys some tutorials, help you out, stuff like that. But until then, guys, I'm ABC, and I will see you guys at the next video.